So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now it's Rodgers. Completes it again to Dobbs. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Rodgers. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And again, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers!
Romeo Dobbs.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are on the board first here in the Super Bowl.
And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yeah,
that's right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And despite his long and productive career as a starter, he had never made it out of the divisional round prior to this run. Now he has the Vikings on the precipice of achieving the franchise's first Super Bowl in its 5th attempt.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. He's got room past the 30.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Cousins to throw it.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So the Packer offense coming on. They'll be asked to to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Cameron Bynum.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Packers pick it up.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a throw here to his running back.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Well, it was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1 quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 50. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter.
On first down, Rodgers.
And complete once again to Watson.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
Packers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for two. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one. But I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for them. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, here's Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that leads to a Green Bay 1st. Rodgers now to throw. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Rodgers to throw once more. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. And the
Vikings now heading onto the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins, throw left side on target to Thielen. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall along. What a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it...
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum.
There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life. Well, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson.
He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
Touchdown, Vikings!
K.J. Osborne
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. So we've come upon halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating where they are in this game. They've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Play 3 of the drive now is successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, linebacker picks it.
And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now it's Rodgers.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down.